Hi everyone, this is Ashish Kyal here. Welcome again to Elliott Wave News channel by wavestrategy.com, a learning series by Ashish Kyal Trading Gurukul. And what a day it had been, what a week it had been. The markets have continued to be on a tear. We have continued to see a rise on the upside, a sharp rally that we have seen over the past few weeks, which has been almost 31 days since Nifty has not closed below the prior day low. A very important method of trend following that we are going to check in today's session. That is a classic way of looking at it. And also something on candlestick, and the wave pattern has continued to extend on the upside. So very important level that we have is 13,783, which is the next GAN level that I mentioned in my monthly research report. But before we move on, just as always, I am going to start very quickly with the polling that we do every time. And let's see what the poll suggests for the coming week. Nifty trend in the coming week. Is it going to end up positive? Is it going to end up in negative? And people who are there on YouTube, what do you think is the Nifty trend going to be in the coming week? What do you think it's going to be? Is it up or is it down by the coming Friday? Okay, where do you think the markets are going to be headed? So here is the poll in front of you, and you need to act very sharp, very fast. If you don't act fast, the markets are going to leave you out. So you need to ensure you are participating in this poll and ensuring that you are able to make up your mind whether the markets are going to go up by next Friday closing, or is it going to come down by the next Friday closing. A very important, this is very important. Okay, I'm going to end the poll in next 30 seconds. People on the YouTube, I want you to participate. So where do you think is Nifty headed from here on? Is it going to be up or is it going to be down? So simply mention it's up or down. Okay, I'm ending the poll in next 15 seconds. Fantastic. So I can see someone is saying uh, looking smart. Thank you, Sanjay, very much. Raja, I am doing fantastic. Hope you are doing excellent as well. Nilesh, very good evening to you. Shamal Jordar, it was great to see you on Wednesday and today as well. So thank you very much. And I'm ending the poll right now. And that's a very interesting part. We can see 69% are expecting that the markets is going to go on the upside, and 32% expect that the markets will be down. So here is the poll result in front of you, and you can clearly see that the polling suggests that the continued trend should be on the upside. And why not? Because for consecutive 32 days, 31 days, we have not seen a close below the prior day's low. Now, that is something very interesting. Very interesting. I'm going to stop the results which I'm sharing right now. Before we move on, I just want to share across one of very important aspect that I am going to talk about is the Master of Technical Analysis program is starting tomorrow. Are you with me for that program? Master of Technical Analysis, and it's going to be fantastic day tomorrow. Here is the screen. You can simply go to wavestrategy.com and register yourself. Kuber, I am glad to see you, and I'm sure you are there tomorrow with me. And here it is. You simply click on the banner and you'll get all the information about Master of Technical Analysis, which is tomorrow and day after, the Master of Waves program, which is on 16th and 17th of January. So do rush and register today and block your seat today itself, because you will not have the opportunity to get in tomorrow. Okay, so that is what I wanted to share across before we move on to the charts. And I'm extremely excited to see each one of you attending the program and looking at the way candlestick, Bollinger Bands, indicators, patterns, moving averages, everything combined together, how brilliantly it works. So that's what we want to see when we do Master of Technical Analysis. Patterns are extremely important thing that we have to look at. Okay, here is the chart. Are you seeing my screen as of now? I need people to participate. Are you seeing the markets are overbought, but it has continued to ride on the upside, protecting the low. Short-term intraday, there can be opportunities to get short and the buy on the side, provided the levels break. But from trading, short-term trading perspective, you do have opportunities. Selected stocks have continued to do fantastically well. In fact, you will not believe we gave a buy call yesterday, which went amazing 10% up. And can you guess which sector was that? The sector was from the FMCG space, which went fabulous, and the stock was Jubilant Food. So we gave buy on the momentum side and 10%, nearly 8 to 10% up in single day, Jubilant Food, and that went amazingly well. So that was basically dependent how the markets are behaving, and the trend specific, sector specific trend has still continued on the upside. So it's best to be on the buy side, and it is best to avoid catching a top in this market. Okay, I'm not saying we might not top out soon. I'm not guessing it. I'm waiting for prices to confirm if we have to top out, because the reason being, this was the channel resistance. Can you see my screen? Can you see the channel resistance, which is also broken decisively on the upside now? And this channel resistance, as it has been broken off on the upside, clearly suggests that the trend is positive as long as the channel is not getting breached back on the downside. By looking at this concept of channel, let us take one step at a time and let us analyze the market, how it is behaving. So can we do that, Virat, for you? You are saying that the markets have topped out today. Let's just analyze it for a moment and try and understand that. If I have to ask you, where is the support of this market? Can you tell me where is the support right now for the market? And by the way, I am at Lonavala at Cloud9 Resort, and that's why there can be network connectivity issue. If I get disconnected, I will dial back in. If you get disconnected, you need to ensure you are back in. So these are interesting times. And where do you think is the support lying, and which support should be broken, which will confirm that the trend has reversed back on the downside? 13,700, majority are saying 13,700. Let me check what are my YouTube fans saying, guys, and we are touching that 10,000 subscribers on YouTube now. Thank you very much. It has been fantastic to get each one of you on board and getting that mark of 10,000. So really love you for doing that, and really pleasure. You keep subscribing to this channel, get the Kyal Ashish, and keep clicking on that bell icon so that you get alert for every webinar that I'm doing. Okay, so let's just look at the support levels where it is right now: 13,600, 13,700. Let's come to a consensus and get that one level right now, which is that one level that you should be aware about. Okay, so let me do that for you. Can I say this is the level which is extremely important, because from here there was a gap. Can you see that gap? I was exactly explaining this concept in a very detailed fashion 2 days back about candlesticks. So I had talked about why you should be bullish. So I'm just going to zoom in this chart, and so that the candle looks very prominent, and we are going to look it from here on. Let us try and understand the low of this candle. The low of this candle is 13,447. So 13,000, can I say 13,440 becomes a very important support level for Nifty over short term. Now you might say that is far away. That is nearly around 320 points far away from there. So if it is 320 points far away, it is clearly far. You might think risk reward does not exist, but try to think. When Nifty was at 10,000 levels, 300 points movement was nearly around big moment for you. But now, since we are near around 14,000 levels, 300 is not so big enough in terms of percentages compared when it was at 10,000 odd levels. So that is very important that you need to understand, and you need to keep a watch that 13,440 given the current scenario is very crucial. Okay, just give me 1 second. Where do you think is the resistance of Nifty? Can someone tell me that? Can you tell me where is the resistance? Okay, so someone said it's 14,000. Someone is saying at 13,775, 13,000. Yeah, so there are 13,775 is the resistance. We are at 760 already, right? If you look at this market, this is at lifetime high levels. If the markets are at lifetime high levels, do you really have a resistance on the upside? 13,950. I'm getting various numbers over here right now, basis of the resistance levels. Okay, and people who are on YouTube who wants to join my Zoom webinar, what you have to do is simply go to wavestrategy.com/webinar and register there. Once you register there, you will be able to get into my Zoom webinar. Okay, is there a level which is on the upside that is previously acted as a resistance? A simple question asking, I'm asking a simple question. Is there a resistance on the upside from the looking at the past history? No. So there is no resistance on the upside from the past history because we are at lifetime high levels. Do you see a channel right now which is acting as a resistance? The red one stands broken, so there is no resistance. The next level to watch on is basis of this specific trend line. So I'm drawing a trend line. That's a one trend line. Let me change the color of it. Let me make it blue and let me make it thick. I'm going to draw one more trend line over here and I'm going to connect these tops together. Is it okay if I connect the tops together? Are you with me? Okay, that's brilliant, right? Can I say this is looking very, very prominent trend line over here? Is it fair enough for me to say that? Are you with me? Are you with me? Okay. And this is a very clear way of understanding where is the resistance. Can I also say, by looking at the candles, can I also say the candle strength is actually reducing? Over here, I'm not looking at an indicator. Try to understand. This is looking like a wedge pattern. Absolutely. Manish, you are bang on. Great interpretation. This is looking like a wedge pattern, guys. So keep participating. And this looks like that. But is there a confirmation? No. The confirmation is only below this level, which is 13,440. So if I have to take a positional short bet, it will happen only below this level, not as of now. Okay, tell me one thing. Can I say the candle over here was big white candle, big white candle, big white candle that we saw all the time in this up move? So the momentum was good here. However, right now, can I say this looks like a doji? Looks like a doji. Looks like somewhat doji. Looks like a doji. If you don't know what is a doji, you should have attended my free webinar just 2 days back. And if you don't yet know and want to know, join me tomorrow for MOT, Master of Technical Analysis. You will know that. This is not a spinning top now, Ravi. It will be called as a spinning top only if on a Monday we see a reversal on the downside. Do not try to catch a top here. Only the third candle confirms. If I have to ask, how many of you were there for the Wednesday and the last Saturday webinar, 2 hours on candlesticks that we talked about? How many of you were actually being there for 2 hours consecutively? Can you say a big yes if you were there? Yes, so that I know how many of you attended that webinar on a consecutive Bollinger Bands candlestick, and did you enjoy that webinar? Okay, was it fantastic? Did you implement that concept? Did we talk how to enter the market with the appropriate risk reward? Okay, Hemant says learned a lot. Ravi says great learning. Thanks, guys. Really, that's what I'm trying to make out, because that is very, very important way in which you can attend this. Raja is saying awesome webinar on Wednesday. Enjoyed and implemented. Weber, thank you for that. Very interesting, Pratyush. And Pratyush is name of my son as well. So I have a special feeling for people named Pratyush. Okay. Okay, so let's look at that. Nilesh, this is hanging man only proven by the next day negative candle formation. If by next day we see a negative candle formation, then we can say that it is a hanging man. If it does not form a negative candle on a Monday, which is below and closing below the low of the prior day, which is today's low, it will not be a hanging man per se. So hanging man is essentially a reversal candle. So the third candle is most important. Understand that. Like we discussed in the program, the third candle decides what's going to happen. If on a Monday we see a close below this low, that's a first warning sign, because it breaks this trend line, and it also ensures the momentum is not picking up. This looks like a dragonfly, absolutely, Rakesh. But let's get the other scenario. If we see a move above this candle with a positive formation, nothing has happened and nothing has changed. The market still remains in the buy mode. If on a Monday we see that, for doing that, can we go on a weekly chart and try and understand what has happened on a weekly time frame? Making sense to you? On the weekly chart, let's go and look at what's happening on the weekly time frame. Let us do that. Okay, let's just do that. Thanks, Dharmesh, very much. I'm glad to see you also on many of the trainings and mentorship also, right? Okay, let me just go on a weekly chart. On the weekly time frame, do you think anything has changed in this market so far? Nothing has changed. Let us see. For consecutive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 consecutive weeks, the markets have continued to be on the upside. Now look at this hanging man. Okay, look at this hanging man over here. Do you think this hanging man carried any kind of a negativity? No, because the third candle prior to this is one, this is second, the third candle did not do anything. That's why it's important you understand. So this is does not carry any bearish implication. Same stuff here. As of now, we do not have any weekly negative possibility looking at the chart. The first possibility of a negative weekly will arise once we see our close below 13,447. Now on the daily chart, 13,447 is this level, which is important. So that becomes a very important level. That is for sure. On the hourly chart, let's just drill down on an hourly chart and try and look at what is happening in the market as of now. On the hourly chart, this low became important, and if Nifty would have broken this low during the day, we would have got a good short-term shorting opportunity for few points on the downside, but it is still not broken. Nothing has changed on an hourly chart. Where is the last rising segment? Let's get into the concept of two-stage confirmation. Guys, the Neo Wave fans, Elliott Wave fans, let's get the Elliott Wave cap out and try and understand. Can I say this is where the last rising segment started on an hourly time frame? 13,447. This is from where the last rising segment. What do we do? I'm going to ask you, two-stage confirmation as per Neo Wave. Two-stage confirmation as per Neo Wave will be obtained where? Can someone tell me where do we obtain this two-stage confirmation? Faster retracement. Fantastic, Hemant. We get this two-stage confirmation on a faster retracement below the last rising segment. So where is that faster retracement going to come, and where do we see that happening? Below 13,447, we get that faster retracement below this level. So if that is the case, if I have to say that a meaningful top is formed, I need to see a sharp and a faster move below this level, and then I can say a top has formed, at least over a short-term time frame. But if on in next whatever 2 days of time I see a dragging behavior, nothing has changed. The trend still remains positive. I'll still be looking for buying opportunity from a positional trading perspective. Try to understand different time frames that we are talking about. There is a time frame for intraday. There is a time frame for positional. Are you an intraday trader? You can buy and sell, up to you. Are you a positional trader? When I say positional, not just 2 days kind of a trader. If you are 2 days, you can get opportunities on either side. But if you are a trader who is trading for the buy and the sell on 5 to 6 days time frame, you need to wait for this level to be broken. Am I being clear? So that will confirm that as per the two-stage confirmation, the trend for Nifty has reversed back on the downside, which is the neo wave concept. So we have now, let's just go back on the daily chart and look at the resistance levels we have basis of this channel. The resistance of this channel is near around this high, which is this level. Can someone tell me? 13,840. So 13,840 is one level because that's the channel resistance. 13,440 is another channel, which is an important support. So we have two levels in place. If I go long about today's high, do we have a trade with a better risk reward? If we go above today's high, do we have a trade with a good risk reward ratio? Do you think that buying above will give us a good risk reward given this red channel resistance, trendline resistance on the upside? No, which means the market remains buy on dips as long as the low of today is protected. So what is the low of today? The low of today for the market is at 13,658. Let me make a note of that as well. Okay, where are we? Okay, this is the chart. So 13,658 is a short term support. This is for short term intraday traders. This is for positional traders. Okay, and this is the level where we have to initiate. But if we initiate here, no, which means that what we have to do, if we start seeing a move towards the lower side of the market and see a positive candle on an hourly chart, we can go long here, keep this as a stop loss and this as the target. Am I being clear? I'm again going to repeat on an hourly chart. I'm jumping on an hourly chart now, and I'm going to look at that stuff again in a very simple fashion. If we are here right now, if we go down from here around these levels, we start bouncing back and see a positive candle, we can go long here, keeping the stop loss of 13,658, this as a stop loss, and for the target of 13,840. Is this a correct trading strategy? I'm asking you, do you think this is making sense right now? 840 is derived because of the trend lines. Since the risk reward is not favorable, I am looking for buy on dips. Since today's low was important and we saw a rejection from the low, which indicates that this can be an ideal stop loss. So this is my trade setup. But if we tomorrow break this on the downside, do not show this positive attempt, then we wait. We wait for what? Let it come down. Let us see if this level gets challenged. And then if we see a pullback and down move, then we get a good shorting opportunity. That's how we are going to be looking at the market. This is a very simple candlestick way of looking at the market. You can apply moving averages to this and Bollinger Bands to this. I'm applying a moving average. I'm going to change the average parameter and I'm going to change this parameter. Okay, like over here, you can see I've changed the parameter and I make this as, so for me, 45 is an important moving average. I'm making it thick because that's a very important average for me. And I'm going to change the color so that it's really, really visible. And I'm making it black. Now, why I am selecting 45 days moving average? This is not the, I'm not going to discuss it here. It's going to be discussed in much detailed fashion tomorrow and day after tomorrow. 12 hours, I'm going to talk about these concepts. Why do I use 45 average on an hourly chart? Why 200 days average is no longer important? How do you look at these candles so closely on Nifty, Bank Nifty, Reliance, Jubilant Food? Why did I give buy on Jubilant Food to make that 8-10% move just in one day of time to clients? What made me do that? All of those discussions will happen in the Master of Technical Analysis program. So this moving average is important for me to keep a watch on. If you are a very short-term trader, you can change the time frame from that to a 15 minutes time frame. Okay, where is the intraday setup gone? I'm going to 15 minutes. I'm clearing off my screen again. And similar kind of things. If you have attended my webinar, guys, look at the candle that you can see at this point of time. It's like a classic reversal hammer that we have seen, and the third candle confirmed it. The low as the stop loss, and it worked out brilliantly well. This is a very short, small trade, keeping this as a stop loss. Guys who are there with me on Wednesday, did you notice this very clear trade setup that we talked about? This is a 15-minute chart. Hemant, fantastic. Okay, we discussed this very detailed fashion. Now simply imagine, Hemant followed it as well. Brilliant, Hemant. And simply imagine if you are looking at this and if you combine this with Bollinger Bands, with RSI to see if there is a divergence, positive or negative, with correct moving average parameters, and there is a pattern. What kind of pattern? Say there is a flag or a pennant, and then when you take a trade, can I say your conviction for taking a trade? So this was like a flag, and this was the confirmation again. Can I say you can do some brilliant work if you look at these kind of scenarios combined with all of this? You know what is this? This is nothing but Master of Technical Analysis program, MOTA, which we call. Okay, so far so good. What is the wave pattern? You might be thinking about what to do with the wave pattern. Where are we from the wave perspective? It's keeping on extending. What do we see in internally? So if you remember my previous webinars, the wave X got over at this point of time, and we are, sorry, not this, wave X got over here. Post the X wave completion, we have continued to move sharply higher. This was A, this was B. Something makes me think that there is a possibility this could have been a C leg here. This could have been a D leg here. We are right now in wave E. We might come down. So this looks like what? Can you tell me what is this thing? Can someone tell me what pattern are we forming again here? We are forming Kanju Katli, Hemant. Fantastic. We are forming a diametric pattern. Okay. So we can be C and D done. This is E. Post E completion, we can come down in the form of F that can overlap with this move. Once we have an F wave here, let me make it very clear. This is the F that we can see. And then we can have a G leg, which is something like double top completing, and we will see. No, I'm not saying we will crash, we will see. So this is what we are expecting markets to do in terms of the wave pattern. So wave pattern gives me what is our expectation, what is the forecast, how should the markets move. Do not short, wait for at least this level to be taken out, wait for this level to be taken out, then you can possibly ride for 100 200 points on the downside, and then you can ride on the upside, and then you can possibly look on the downside. Unless this confirmation happens, the E can continue on the upside. Are you getting what I'm trying to suggest? How the markets are combining the wave pattern, which is Elliott wave or a neo wave pattern, with candlesticks together in order to take a high conviction trade setup, provided the risk reward is favorable. अरे यार, रिस्क रिवॉर्ड फेवरेबल होगा तभी ट्रेड लेना है. मार्केट्स में कैंडलस्टिक पैटर्न से कंफर्मेशन मिलेगा, एलियट वेव और नियो वेव पैटर्न से एक्सपेक्टेशन बनेगी, एंड वी कैन कंबाइन ऑल ऑफ दिस टुगेदर. ये सब कंबाइन करके एक मिक्सचर बनाएंगे, उसके साथ एक क्लासिक एंट्री ट्रेड सेटअप हम डिजाइन करने वाले हैं नेक्स्ट 2 days में for Master of Technical Analysis and Wave Pattern के लिए Master of Wave program in January. Am I making sense to you? How to look at the markets following moving average? So imagine कितना टाइम हुआ अभी, खाली 30 minutes हो भी गए. By the way, in these 30 minutes we have looked at the wave pattern, moving average देखा, candlestick देखा, channels देखा, resistance derive किया, pivot levels check किए. So many things we have done without even you realizing. We have done so many things. इतना learning एक 30 minutes के session में आपको मिला. Any questions, please? Making sense to you? Interesting, right? Is it difficult? No, it's very easy, provided you are objective and you looking at things very objectively. No rocket science, simple funda. Is it clear to you, every one of you? Ravi, Hemant, I can see so many of you participating in this. Exactly, Sunil Kumar, great to see you also here. Dharmesh, thank you for the great learning you are getting. So clear है ना, करना क्या है मंडे को, नेक्स्ट वीक क्या करना है, कैसे ओवरऑल व्यू डिराइव करना है, कैसे वेव पैटर्न को कंबाइन करना है, all of those things we are going to do that. Okay, Canil. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to launch a very quick poll right now, and which is for the master of uh, the BMW program or the master of technical analysis program. Are you interested in that? Let me do one thing. Let me simply edit it a bit and make a note of, are you interested in the master of technical analysis program? Okay, here it is. Here is the poll, and please participate in the poll. If you are slow, the markets are going to not wait for you, and if you miss the trend, miss the session, you are not going to make money. See, money is in abundance on the market. It's just right in front of you, like an ocean. You as a trader need to know how to get a bucket, not even a bucket, even if you are able to get a small glass of there from that ocean, it worth millions. So that is possible. So are you interested to join me for the mentorship? Not the mentorship, master of technical analysis program. Tomorrow, are you with me? Are you going to enjoy that session? People who are there on the YouTube, there is a form which is coming up. You can simply fill in the form, and that form can help you to register for the master of technical analysis program. Can my colleague share across that form right now on the on the YouTube channel? Can you do that, please? And confirm back to me so that they don't miss out on what we are doing as of now. Fantastic. And this is a very interesting study. See, this is not anything which you cannot learn. I am like you. When I started learning, this is how I learn. This is how I implement. Even a candlestick can do wonders if you know how to place a stop loss, if you know if you have to take options or futures, how to forecast comes in the waves program. So we are going to mix up the best of everything. We are going to do that. But you have to take that step forward, right? Nothing is free. If someone says that getting rich is easy, no, you need to work for that. But trading, is it easy? Depends how much you look at it and how you do that. Okay, fantastic. And let me just give me a moment. I'll just ask my colleague to share across something on the YouTube. I don't think they have done it yet. So let me just put a note to them. Okay, fantastic. So can you please share across the links for the people on the YouTube? Okay, great. Any questions? So I'll take the questions, few questions right now. Let me just check. What else will I be able to make a trade on the markets? Looking at the patterns that we are going to do tomorrow and day after. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. You will be able to do that from Monday itself because that's the program all about. Edwin is saying, thank you, great job, well appreciated. God bless you. Thanks, Edwin, very much. Really appreciate all of your blessings. It's really, really important for me. Okay, I'm taking a few more questions. Someone is asking what is the fee for the program. You can simply go on the BMW. So you can go to, let me just share across this link. The BMW, the program is called as a BMW, and I'm going to be there and going to see you. So you'll get all the details from there about the program. You can simply click on it. And I'm not sure what's taking so much time for my colleague to share across link on YouTube. Let me do it myself right now because they have been waiting for that and I don't want to delay and waste their time, please. Okay, here is the, not this link, that's a, very clearly. Okay, thank you very much, guys. I think that's a fantastic day, and you have really, really done fabulously well. Uh, and very glad that each one of you are here with me. And I'll be sharing across the Zoho form, sorry, the BMW form link on the YouTube myself in some time. But thank you very much for joining me here, and hope to see you tomorrow and day after tomorrow for this session. And keep keep in touch, keep learning, keep sharing your experience on wavestrategy.com, and keep asking questions. Twitter handle is @KyalAshish, and my YouTube channel is @KyalAshish. Do that, join me there, and have a fantastic time. Thank you very much, and glad that this session has been useful. Absolutely. And Abhinav, yes, you can apply technical analysis on Forex, crypto, anywhere and everywhere. That is very, very much possible. You can simply do that. Okay. Thank you and have a wonderful time.